Less than 1 year after the coming of the power nodes, lords of the 5 races gathered to discuss the chaos that had ensued. It was decided that the use of magic had to be prohibited, contained, and researched. 4 edicts were passed. The first edict proclaimed that all mana nodes were to be collected and stored in mana crystals for authorized use only. Under the second edict, all those who passed aptitude tests were to abandon their families and to travel to a designated place of study and learning to become magi. The third edict stated that all other people were forbidden to absorb and use mana under penalty of death. Finally, the fourth edict, the most important of all, decreed that research into the origins of the power would take the utmost priority. A great tower was constructed where all magi gathered and trained. It was a place independent of all races and their rulers, governed by the first magi, each the most skilled of their generation. They were wise in their administration of the power, as they knew the threats of its overuse. Crystal golems had been constructed and traveled the land, seeking out the new nodes that continued to appear. A vast quantity of mana was thus brought to the tower, where it was stored in great crystal chambers. The use of magic was restricted to the direst need and had to be sanctioned by the first magi. Within the tower, intensive efforts to discover the origins of the power nodes continued. Balance returned to the land for some time. And then came Proteus, the greatest magi that ever lived. Famed for his wisdom, his control over magic was unmatched. He devoted his entire life to the research, experimenting in ways never before tried. One day, he achieved a breakthrough. He managed to tap into the power at the deepest level, integrating it fully into his life force. His spirit connected to the essence of the magic, and he understood. He learned that the nodes had come from beings called the Organte. They dwelled in another place and perhaps in another time, in a universe incomprehensibly alien to our own. In that brief moment, when his spirit traveled to that place, he glimpsed into the history of the Organte and understood their plan. And the truth of it terrified him beyond all imagination.